we're going to go into it. Today we have this deck. This deck is interesting to say the least. It is Splight. Splight is an interesting archetype. It's completely new. It's pre-release as far as I'm aware. Yeah, pre-release. It's in the OCGA pre-release, and yeah, it's really just a really strong archetype. So I'm thinking about how I could explain it the best way. It is consistent. It is very consistent. So the best part about it is rank level 2 stuff. I also have a little bit of a Sky Striker engine of a few casts just because I want a little bit more. So okay, one after the other. Splights. Splights are level 2 monsters or rank 2 monsters in the extra deck or link 2 monsters in the extra deck that are able to special summon themselves. The main deck monsters are able to special summon themselves if you control a level rank 2 monster or level link 2 monster, and then you can special summon them. The interesting part about the Splights is they have effects on summon. For example, Splight Jet is able to add a Splight Spell or Trap card from deck to hand. Splight Blue is able to add a Splight monster from deck to hand. So if you special summon Splight Blue, you can add Splight Jet and special summon Splight Jet and add the best spell in this deck, Splight Starter. Special summon one Splight monster from your deck, and if you do, you lose life points equal to its original attack. For the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except level rank 2, rank link 2 monsters. You can only activate one Splight Starter per turn. It's a quick play, important. So, what is so good about this deck? It's consistency and its ability to play under cards like Nibiru, under cards like Effect Veiler. I saw some people, I saw one video which has made me really interested in this deck, and to illustrate what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you the effect of Effect Veiler first of all. During your opponent's main phase, you can, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. When target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate the effects of a face-up target monster your opponent controls until the end of his turn. This effect is quite strong, it's a really good effect. However, I noticed, the YouTube video creator that I watched has said that this only applies during the main phase. And the important thing is, you can activate this in the draw phase. So that's a really good effect. Okay, yeah, that's a really good effect in it alone. Meaning you can go for this in the draw phase, you are safe from Effect Veiler and other effects that trigger in the main phase. Also, this restriction is to some degree a positive one. You cannot special summon monsters except, oh, not this one. This one. This Splight archetype has a card which is called Gigantic Splight, which also special summons from deck, and its restrictions, once you special summon a level 2 monster, is it level 2? Just a generic level 2 monster, neither player can special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except level, rank, or link 2 monsters. And yeah, that's a really strong effect. This means if you play against Nibiru, Nibiru will not be able to trigger once you are over 5 summons, because this is a crucial part about your deck. Also, this deck is really able to bring out Totally Awesome with a Frog engine of Swap Frog and Ronin Turnin, this one, and one Dupe Frog because of the battle things, and this deck is able to bring them out. Once they are out, you are able to, for one, you are safe from death by battle with this card, because you have this card which is the only card that can be targeted for an attack. Then you are safe by card effects because of Totally Awesome. For one negate, you have this Totally Awesome. Then you can bring back this Totally Awesome with this Splight Elf. It can bring back cards from the graveyard, and that way you are able to use this effect at least 2 times, which is pretty good. So that's why I'm interested in that deck. Yeah, I'm still thinking about what I should add into this deck, so I'm still thinking. And the card that I've been thinking about is a Duel Links card, which I remember because it was my substitute for Monster Reborn. Dragon Shrine? No. Aces of the Dragon Souls. Exactly this one. Activate this card by targeting one monster in your graveyard, special summoned in defense position, it becomes worm type. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. I have been thinking about putting this card into the deck instead of Monster Reborn because you can activate this effect on your opponent's turn. Meaning, you can use Totally Awesome more than once. That's a really good effect. I mean, you can already use it twice, so this card could give you another negate because the Totally Awesome has a soft once per turn. And this is a good way of bringing that card out. Is there any card that can special summon from graveyards? I guess special summon, trap, and search. Graveyard. I think it would take a little too while, until a little too long until I find this. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to think about the Aces of the Dragon Souls for now, and I think I'm going to put it at 1 instead of this Into the Void. Into the Void is an interesting card, but I don't want to play it for now. Upset Goblin I'm playing at 3 because we're in the OCG. Upset Goblin apparently isn't limited there. I like that, I think I like that. Then I'm playing a little bit of a Sky Striker engine, 2 Engage because they draw things, 2 Widow Anchor, 1 Mecha Hornet Drones and 1 Ray. Yeah, that's it. And the problem is, in the OCG, Kagari is limited. Otherwise I would be having a little more of an emphasis in Kagaris in this deck. It's a little annoying because I can basically only use the Sky Striker parts once and that's it. But still it's worth it to draw a few cards with it, so I think it's alright. Then we're going to go for a test hand. I have been doing a lot of talking. We're going to test hand settings, no opponent. We're going to have an opponent. Now we have this Oasis of Dragon Souls in our hand. I also have to put normal chain on because this is important for activating an effect in your hand, a quick play spell trap in a quick play spell in your draw phase. So, what can we do with this hand? I could either go for full aggro or I'm going to go for the following. I'm going to normal summon Splight Jet. Then I'm going to special summon itself and try to activate its effect. We're going to try to get ourselves a Splight starter. Next, we're going to not activate the Splight starter for now. We're instead going to go for, where is it? I should sort my deck a little bit. Gigantic Splight, I think that one. Yeah, and we're going to activate its effect. So, sorry, my throat. We're going to detach Jet, a Splight Jet, and we are now able to get some cards. I have this Kissical engine in here because it is monsters that are level 2 and they work well together. I either could go for Splight Blue, do that combo, or I want to show the following. I saw this combo from another YouTuber, I don't know the name. I'm going to go for Swap Prop with Gigantic Splight. I'm going to pitch Ronin Totem. We could also activate this Splight starter if we wanted to, but we're not going to. Instead we're going to go for Splight Elf. And we are able to activate the Splight Elf effect to special summon the Swap Prop back. It is not a once per turn, it is not a once per turn, or is it a soft once per turn? I'm not sure. Anyways, this card is when it's summoned, you can add a few more frogs to the graveyard from deck. And we're going to go for another Swap Frog from our deck. And now we have all the cards that are necessary to go for Totally Awesome. We are able to go for Ronin Turn, banish Swap Frog to special summon Ronin Turn. Next we are able to special summon Splight Carrot in defense position. We are also able to special summon Splight Red in defense position. We could also special summon Splight Blue, for example, with Splight Starter. I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking. But for now we are going to go for Totally Awesome. And where is it? I'm searching. Okay, here it is. Okay, Totally Awesome into this zone. Because my opponent cannot target monsters this card points to with card effects. That means this Totally Awesome is protected from targeting. It isn't protected from destruction, but I guess that's what it is. We're going to go for Splight Starter. I might have done that in the next main phase in my opponent's turn, but I want to show off a little bit about the deck, so I'm going to be a little proactive with this. This is also just a test hand. Also, I take damage in equal to Splight Blues, or the attack value of the Splight I summoned. We can now go for a Carrot, Red or Jet. We're going to go for the Jet for the next turn. We can also go for another gigantic Splight, or for example this one, with the Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. And I don't have the Phantom Knights card, so I can't use its other effect. We can think about using this Herald of Pure Light. We can also think about going for Dark Mist, number 96. We could also go for Akashima, and we are able to use its effect to bring out another card, but I think it's not even worth going for Akashima. We could also go for... we could just not do anything, so I'm going to end my turn, and I'm going to show off what this deck can do when going up against this hand. Now we are going, I'm going to play my opponent's deck. He's going to go for Splight Carrot Normal Summon, I would say. Next we're going to activate Splight Jet. And we're going to activate its effect to bait out the first Totally Awesome. We're going to activate it by targeting Totally Awesome. And we are able to activate the Splight Elf again and bring back the Totally Awesome. I could have waited until the Totally Awesome would trigger in the graveyard, but I didn't want to. And I'm going to set the Splight Jet onto my zone. He can still go for Splight Red. And he can, for example, go for this copy of any of those cards, any of those. He can also go for, he already used this card, he can't go for the Kill. He can set one card. He can go for, where is it? Sky Cavalry Centaura. So, Centaura. And we're going to go to Battle Phase, attack into this Totally Awesome. And we're going to activate the effect to detach this Carrot. And this can still trigger this Totally Awesome. We're going to get rid of it again. And we're going to not set his cavalry on our side. We're going to activate the Totally Awesome by targeting this copy of Swap Rock. And that's it, I think. Okay, now my opponent attempts to leave the main phase 2. We're going to special summon with his Oasis of Dragon Souls this copy of Totally Awesome. That's the idea. So he is completely out of cards. We have one negate mostly always on field. We are able to reuse it 3 times, which is really good, I think. That's the main point of why I like this deck. It's a really consistent deck. Its problem, however, is the following. This deck is really bad at killing my opponent. That's the biggest thing about this deck. It can't kill an opponent in a good way. We're going to use the Totally Awesome to get rid of it. This is a worm type, so we can't... Okay, so this Oasis of Dragon Souls isn't really working in this deck too well. I mean, we can use its the Totally Awesome effect once. Okay, I see some ways of abusing this. Okay. Still, the biggest problem about this deck is damage. It isn't damage oriented, to be honest. So we're going to try to show off how well I can do with this damage, not damaging deck. We're going to go for, I'm thinking about going for Parrot of Purple Light. We're going to use red and blue and into this zone. And we are now able to activate the Splight Elf if we want to, but we're going to go for the Herald of Purple Light if we are able to. Okay, we're going to get rid of the Splight Blue and we're going to target in our graveyard either this gigantic Splight, we have 2 of it in our deck so it's not necessary, or we can go for a Splight Jet. We're going to go for the Splight Jet. And we're going to activate the Splight Elf now. Hello? Okay. And we're going to special summon a copy of Splight Blue. Dabba dee dabba die. And Splight Blue is going to activate once it's special summoned. We're going to put on top of the deck this Splight Jet. Splight Blue activate. We're going to get ourselves a Splight Red. No Carrot. Okay. I also thought about putting back the DD Crow. Next we can go for this Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin if you want to. We can also go for Sky Cavalry Centaura of our own. So let's go for that one. We can also go for Bujin Akashima, however our hand is a little too full for that right now. However, we can go for special summoning the Splight Jet. activating its effect to bring out a Splight card. Right now I'm playing 3 Splight starters. I could also be playing 1 copy of the Splight card, which is good for Bellatrix. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. We're going to go for this gigantic Splight. Sorry, my throat, I don't know. Yeah, and we're going to activate the gigantic Splight effect to detach or to special summon. What? Did I misread this effect? Oh, from a monster you control, this gigantic Splight is even better than I thought. It also detaches from other cards that I control. Interesting. However, I don't know the cards that I have. I guess I will go for Splight Carrot, why not? And we're going to also special summon another Splight card. It's going to be, or not a Splight card, we can go for Dupe Frog, which is good for defensive measures. And now, that is the field that we can go for. This is not lethal, I think, but I'm not sure. We're going to go to battle. We could have done continued or combos or whatever. That wouldn't have helped us, in my opinion. Yeah. And yeah. What effect can I use right now? Oh, it's still the DD Crow effect. Why can I use it in damage step? Oh, it's still battle phase. Interesting. I don't know. Still, that's what I like about this deck. Consistency. And we actually had exactly lethal. Okay. And interesting. Now the question is, how do you improve this deck? The first thing that I thought about is Splights, trap cards, not trap cards. Splights. Why do I not find it? Special summon out, and now search Splights. There are more cards than this. Oh, there's a new card, Splight Pixies. I'm going to play 1 Splight Pixies. I didn't see that card before. We're going to get rid of 1 Live Twin Leela, which is also a good starter, to be honest. So I'm playing that one because it's a good starter. Both of them are good starters. But still, I'm only going to play those 4. Okay, we got a new battle trick, which is good. Now, also this cracking, which you hear is from my chair. It's actually really annoying. And now we have the ability to either go for the Splight Gamma Burst, where's the Splight Smashes, and we have the ability to go for Splight Starter, which we already are playing. So Splight Gamma Burst is a good battle trick. Splight Smashes is a good card for removal. So I am thinking about doing the following. It's a card your opponent controls, which is important. Right now, what are the cards we are playing? Splight Red is at 3, which I don't get. I think this is against monster effects. We're only going to play 2 of them for now. Splight Carrot is at 3. We're going to only be playing 2 of them. And we're going to do the following. We're going to put in 1 Splight Smashes and 1 Splight Gamma Burst. Also, the Smashes is shows a good way of interacting with Furians and Springans. The Splight cards are all Thunder as far as I'm aware, so I haven't really checked everything out with the Furians, how they interact with them, and with the Springans. Is there any Thunder type Furian card? I don't really see one right now, so it's not really worth playing for now, at least not in this deck. I don't know what's up. Whatever. We're going to check out the Springans as well. The Springans are machines. They're mostly machines. Okay. You can tribute this card when target 1 Springans monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Okay. Hard once per turn. If this card is in your hand, field, or graveyard, target 1 Springans Xyz monster. What are the Springans Xyz monsters looking like? There's exactly 2 of them. A level 8, a rank 8, or a rank 4. You can send 1 from deck to graveyard, banish this card, and then... Okay. Okay, this doesn't look like what I would be playing. Anything else that I would be interested in? Not really. I think this isn't really my archetype right now. This works well with Furians, I would say, or at least there's some kind of combination with them, but I really think that they don't work well together with this deck. So we put in a little bit of a battle trap, and what else can we put in to make this deck stronger? I think for now we don't have to put in anything else. So what I want to do, not this, I I want to go for a little bit of a battle against other people. We're going to host a game because this is an OCG pre-release. I'm going to do the following, and hopefully someone is going to join. Of course, you're always free to join as well if anybody's watching this. Yeah. Oh, there's an opponent, and no, there's no opponent. Okay, well, we are going to wait, I guess. Yeah, that's the really annoying part about this deck, this thing. That's the annoying part about this. I forgot this YGO simulator. You can create host your own games, and this is what this simulator is based on. However, the matching is so slow because the people actively search for what they want to join. That's the biggest problem right now, and that is why it's going to have we're going to have a long waiting time. Please? Nope. Okay, maybe we're able to find someone that's interested in playing. Pre-release, no, that's already full. Come on. There's this one. Nope. It is in the TCG ban list. Okay. Right now there's pre-release, however the forbidden list is the TCG list, which is really annoying. Okay, here, we have someone. We have found someone. And the connection has been lost. Perfect. Maybe now? System unable to join. Interesting. Okay. And interesting. I can't do anything right now. Maybe like this. I guess I really can't go for anything. Maybe like... Am I now able to join again? Okay. There are the following forbidden list. Only TCG, 1 OCG list. Like this? Come on, please. I want to play a game. Thank you. It's taking so long until I find someone. Well,